We're closed the following week. The Mill Church will be here, but we won't. We'll be back in March with our yet-to-be-announced mystery guest. McGrail is going to be here for St. Patty's Day, or the closest thing. I think it's the 15th of March. And we are going to have corned beef and cabbage, tons of corned beef and cabbage as long as it lasts. So you want to come here early and stay for McGrail. Right now, speaking of Irishmen, let's have a hand for an old friend, Sam Bowen.
Good evening. It works. Don't complicate it. Make it simple, baby. Don't complicate it. It's not that hard. Too many voices, not enough truth. It's all so simple, something in the heart. It's all so simple, a great big love. What I need, grace bigger than the sea. I can say it all in 2 words: love and mercy, love and mercy. I can say it all in 2 words: love and mercy, love and mercy. The storm clouds come, the storm clouds come, and the rain falls down, and the rain falls down. The storm clouds come, and the rain falls down, the rain falls down. The sun shines, then the sun comes out. I can say it all in 2 words: love and mercy, love and mercy. I can say it all in 2 words: love and mercy, love and mercy. I can say it all in 2 words: love and mercy, love and mercy. I can say it all in 2 words: love and mercy, love and mercy. Love and mercy. Thank you. If you didn't catch it, the name of that song was Love and Mercy. The new album, 2 years in the making, is, well, the physical CDs are here tonight. So if you want one, it's back there. There's a couple copies of the previous one, Bleeding Daylight. Only 2 years in the making, but it came out great, and that song's on it, along with a couple of songs I'm going to sing right now. And just a labor of love at Abraham's Closet with special guests, Heather Ray and April Kane. And that's right. And we had Sammy and Kylie Horner from Ireland of the Electrics. And if you don't know who the Electrics are, you really ought to Google them up because they've toured the world. Great Celtic band. And Mitch McVicker. And just the whole thing came out just fantastic. And just an audio candy, air candy as they call it. Air candy. It's great to be back here. It's been over a year and a half, I think, since I was here at the cafe. I think I was supposed to be here last May. And I was in Ireland in April touring. And I came home and I got ill, which I'm sure it had nothing to do with being in a tall bus, like a tube, flying through the air for 6.5 hours with 80 people packed together. Sure, it had nothing to do with that, but so I'm glad to be back here with you guys. I miss Stu and Lucille. It's good to see them. Stu looks amazing, still has all that hair. I'm not angry. I'm way too bitter to be angry. This is a song off the album. Of course it would be. This is called Friend of Sinners. They say that all our good intentions, they pave the road that leads to hell. And all of mankind's great inventions, they're gonna bring us down as well. No matter how I try, I just can't get it right. I'm sinking in a deep blue sea. If God is truly a friend of sinners, He's truly found a friend in me. Looked for love in the darkest places, but I never called it by that name. And when I found it, I disgraced it, but I never even took the blame. I'm digging in a hole, burying my soul. It ain't gonna let me be. If God is truly a friend of sinners, He's truly found a friend in me. The Lord must be in dire straits if He needs a friend like me. If you'll step outside those pearly gates, east of Eden is where I'll be, digging in a hole, burying my soul. I'm turning in a deep blue sea. If God is truly a friend of sinners, He's truly found a friend in me. If God is truly a friend of sinners, He's truly found a friend in me. Thank you so much. These songs are all new. I still haven't memorized them yet, therefore I have the words. Not to mention, I'm older and my memory isn't what it used to be. It's a good excuse anyway, though, isn't it? It's, Okay. All right. So, since the last time I was here, which was about a year and a half ago, and like all of us, life goes on, right? And life takes turns, and life is upside down, and you can't. There is no graph or scale for spiritual growth, because if there was, it would look like this: it would go up, then it would go down, and it would go all over the place. So it's been an interesting couple of years. I lost some friends last couple of years. Part of it is I'm getting older, so some of my friends have moved on, gone on to heaven, I lost my friend Jeff Ranny We used to play in a band called ETA in our 20s. Stu remembers ETA. It was a raucous band. It was known for being very loud. I mean loud. The drummer played with ball-peen hammers, and it was loud. That's what we were known for. We really weren't known for being great musicians. We were known for being loud. We blew speakers out up and down the East Coast. It was just amazing. And lost my brother back in August. He's like 18 years older than me. Quite a character. Lost a good friend named Robbie Cormier. And Robbie, in the 80s, was probably the first full-time Christian artist in Massachusetts. Played all over the East Coast. And he was quite a character. Very outspoken almost on every subject. And Robbie used to say to me, "Oh, I'm so sick of being here. I want to go home." Well, unexpected to all of us, he went home. And I know he's smiling, because he used to say that all the time. "I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go." I know, Robbie, you want to go home. I know. He was always in good health and worked very hard, and but he went home. I remember when he broke his hand doing something, and I had to step into some of his concerts back in the late 80s, and I remember packed houses. We'd go into places, and the house was packed. 100, 200 people to see Robbie C. I couldn't believe it. They saw me instead, but, they were there to see Robbie. He came up with his broken hand and introduced me. Quite a guy. Stu remembers Robbie Cormier. Remember, he had a line in one of his songs. It went, "I don't want to be another Christian bozo." Okay. This song is called "Hey Hey," and on the album, Heather Ray does an amazing job of singing on this song. Clouds roll in, the rain is here, pouring down on your sunshine. You always said you didn't like this place. Now you're out of here. You finished your race. You put your hand to the plow and made your plans. It was all interrupted by big circumstance. Here you are, learning over again. Back in Struggleville, so we pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Everyone is fragile. Everyone has scars. Falling down is easy. letting go is hard. Still these rays of light filter through our cracks. Born again with every breath, so we pray. See, sometimes we don't know what to pray. Sometimes you can't find the words, but they come to you when you need them. And sometimes you just anguish from your heart. So I didn't want to fill in the words of what you pray, because we all pray a little bit differently. Especially when the pain, and we get anxious, and we just go, oh Lord, help me. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so I got a Christmas song for you, because I wasn't here with you over Christmas. And actually, I wrote this Christmas song, recorded it. It's on the album. It's called Christmas Song for All Year Long. And a friend of mine in San Francisco did a really cute video with it. So I released the song, you know, like beginning of December. And by the end of December, it was over 500 views, and 3 internet radio stations picked it up. So I thought, this is cute, because it was kind of an afterthought. And it's kind of a jazzy, I say jazz, it's kind of a near jazz song. I say near jazz because anyone who studied jazz, or who was a student of jazz, you realize that the idea of jazz is to play chords on the guitar that stretch your fingers to the point of pain. I mean, that's it. Stretch your fingers to the point where it really hurts in all these jazz chords. So this is near jazz, because I'm not a heavy jazz player. And when I was rehearsing or writing this song and my fingers were hurting, I was thinking, you know, the thing about jazz is no matter what you're playing, if you're playing rock, you're playing folk, you're playing, whatever, and you make a mistake, it's just jazz. You make a mistake, it just turns into jazz. You know, it's sort of like, see, it turns into jazz. It's just jazz. It's like life. It's like life. If you make a mistake, it's okay. It's just jazz. That's all it is. Scripture says that. All things work for them to the good that love the Lord. It's jazz. See the connection? It's jazz. It just doesn't, hurt as much when you're playing the guitar. So it's jazz as far as I'm concerned. This is called Christmas Song for All Year Long. Comes only once a year. Bright lights everywhere. Listen to the carols, their story indoors. I can do without the ads. You don't have to give me anything. Zeus was right. Maybe Christmas means a little bit more. I'll say it again this year. Pray a blessing to you and yours. Merry Christmas and a happy new year. I still find a reason to honor the day. I'm grateful for the manger and the tiny babe. In like a lamb, out like a lion. All my sins he did slay. Did you catch the sleigh part? You know, like sleigh, reindeer, slayed my sins. Little word play there, you know. I'll say it again this year. Pray a blessing to you and yours. Merry Christmas and a happy new. Charlie Brown heard what Linus said. Me and my nightcap in my bed. I'll say it again this year. Pray a blessing to you and yours. Merry Christmas and a happy new. Merry Christmas and a happy new. Merry Christmas and a happy new year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Stu and Lucille. Happy New Year, everyone here at the cafe. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. It's on the album, and Mitch McVicker does a great song singing with that with me. And I got to play a Gibson L5, which is like from 1972 or something. It's a beautiful jazzy guitar. Okay, so did you guys hear about Elmo a couple weeks ago? Elmo? Remember Elmo, Sesame Street? Okay, he's fine, by the way. He's okay. Well, about 2 weeks ago, Elmo sent out a tweet. Well, I'm sorry, not a tweet, because we don't tweet anymore, do we? It's X now. He sent out an X, and he did stuff on his website. He asked one question to his millions of followers and fans. A puppet has millions of followers. I don't. But anyway, he sent out this message, and it was one sentence. How you doing? How are you doing? He sent that out to millions. How are you doing? Elmo, we all hear his voice, right? I can't do it. How are you doing? And they told him. And I guess the consensus is he's not doing too well, or they're not doing too well. All the comments, it was very, the people are out there not feeling great between the economy and struggling and in the busyness. It just wasn't as positive as Elmo would have liked. Poor Elmo. I think he's suffering from depression, his fur's falling off. I don't know. But that's true. He sent out a tweet. People said, well, we're not doing so well. We're not doing so well. Life is hard sometimes. Life is hard. And now, I'll be honest with you, this song's a bit of a sad song, but it's a true song. In my travels, I talked to lots of people, and I've met lots of people who, we all go through struggles. Life is an up and down. If you're not in a storm, you're going through a storm. If you're coming out of a storm, don't worry, another one will come along. But I've met people who, it gets rough, and they get stuck in this moment where they feel like they don't want to go on. I've met people like that. And the guy in this song, he's stuck in that moment where he feels like he doesn't want to go on. But he does. And I've met people in that situation. It doesn't matter who you are. I've met believers in that situation. Life can be tough. Somehow grace comes through, but life can be tough. And I think we have to, and I don't want to sound like a Facebook meme, but we do have to remember what people may be going through and be kind and empathetic. It's not easy, but it's a struggle out there. You know that. This is on, the album's called Sick of It All, highlights Dave Dick of Northern Lights and Blackstone Valley Bluegrass. He's a champion mandolin player. Did an amazing job on this song. Came out great, even for a sad song. Guess I should get up and go cut the grass. Autumn is upon us, summer's breathing her last. Prices going higher and the factory's shutting down. My kids are getting hungry and friends are leaving town. I'm a regular at a tavern in my neighborhood. Lately going down there more than I should. Dan Rather used to tell me what was meant by it all. Now I just nurse a buzz and I stare at the wall. And I know I've cleaned my guns a lot this fall. But you know how it is when you're so sick of it all. Insurance ran out, we're not covered. My savings and loan, she just went under. Lord, I know I'm a sinner. I know I'm a fool, but how can an honest man pay up on these dues? I know I've cleaned my guns a lot this fall, but you know how it is when you're so sick of it all. Gonna make for us a little place in the sun. Now I'm making little ones out of the big ones. History teacher told me once what I should hope in. Now it's this lock, stock, and barrel, and the promise is broken. Guess I should get up and go get the mail. Long since overdue bills, creditors screaming for theirs. Sure takes a toll on a love carved in stone. I'm wondering how she do living alone. I know I've cleaned my guns a lot this fall, but you know how it is when you're so sick of it all. Sick of it all. Sick of it all. Lord have mercy. It's jazz. In these days of confused situations, in these nights of a restless remorse, when the heart and the soul of a nation lay wounded and cold as a corpse, from the grave of the innocent Adam comes a song bringing joy to the sad. All your cries have been heard, and the ransom has been paid up in full. Be ye glad. Glad, whoa, be ye glad. Every debt that you ever had has been paid up in full by the grace of the Lord. Be glad, be glad, be glad. So be like lights on the rim of the water, giving hope in a storm sea of night. Be a refuge in this slaughter to these fugitives in their flight. For you are timeless and part of a puzzle, and you are winsome and young as a lad, and there's no disease or struggle that can pull you from God. Be glad. Be glad, whoa, be glad. Every debt that you ever had has been paid up in full by the grace of the Lord. Be glad, be glad, be glad. Be glad, be glad. Every debt that you ever had has been paid up in full by the grace of the Lord. Be glad, be glad, you. You people up front are coming on tour with me. Okay. So this next song's off the album, too. I wrote this actually about a year and a half ago when the Ukraine war broke out. And here we are now. We've got the Ukraine war. We've got the war in Israel. Breaks all our hearts to see what happened in Israel, the lives lost. And it breaks my heart to see the bombs dropping and the violence and the war on both sides. And me personally, I keep on thinking of the words that come to me from the New Testament of pray for peace, pray for peace. And the other words that come to me is, and it's one of the two hardest scriptures that I know of for me personally in the New Testament. Love your enemies. And I'll be honest with you, I can't explain what that looks like. It's a hard one. But Jesus said it, so these words must be important. So all I can do is pray. So Kiev is on the album, and my friends from Ireland helped me with this, as well as the rest of the band. And a friend of mine did a lyric video for it, and I sent it to my friend in Ireland, Sammy Horner of the Electrics, and he sent it to some people in the Ukraine, because he goes, I didn't really know this until I talked to him, he goes to the Ukraine. And it got picked up, and it's been playing in the Ukraine, which I'm kind of amazed at. And I got all these messages from people in the Ukraine saying thank you. I think it's one of the best songs musically I've ever written, which is kind of sad because I had to write a song about war, you know. But hey, what are you going to do? I'm an artist, and artists write what we feel. It's not necessarily always good, but we write what we feel. This is called Kiev. Jazz. I know what the problem is. I need a capo. Can't play jazz properly without a capo, apparently. Okay. Try this again. Thanks, Jeff. Sunrise, blah, 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 blah. Did you get that? Okay, let's do it again. Take two. Sunrise over scorched horizon. Smoke hides the city from view. What whistles on bustling streets, pitter-patter of little feet, are no longer to be found. We watch from our armchairs and iPhones, families huddled in the dark. Their neighbors send their sons to a war that will never be won on the orders of just one man. Welcome back to 1941. Their grandparents' journey to the past. More bottom feeders passing themselves off as leaders. And once again the children suffer. History continues to repeat. Human nature remains the same. Another power grab. It's all so sad. Another generation of refugees. Welcome back to 1941. Their grandparents' journey to the past. We're all praying for peace, hoping this violence will cease, and the children won't suffer. Welcome back to 1941. Their grandparents' journey to the past. We're all longing for peace, hoping this violence will cease, so the children won't suffer. So the children won't suffer. So the children. Okay, I think I got one more before the break. Is that right, Stu? One more. Yeah. So this song is actually, hold on. Yeah, I don't know why I make set lists. I just kind of, you know. This is an old song. Did it with Blue Cat Groove. I play with a band called Blue Cat Groove, by the way, and we play all over New England. We're a blues band. We play Christian places. We play clubs. We've done lots of stuff. And we reformed after our lead singer, Kimberly Smith, moved to Nashville. And she's doing great. She's a nurse now. She went to nursing school. So we reformed, and now we have Glenn Hillard on keys. Yeah, you know Glenn. And Glenn is amazing, and we incorporate some of his music, some of mine, and we've got a full schedule coming up, and we're going to go in the studio and do another Blue Cat Groove album, first one in 3 years. But this is a song I've done with them. This is my song on the media, politics, all that stuff, I guess. You'll get it. I don't know why I explain these songs. You'll get it when you listen to it. Don't anyone be nervous. It's only the blues, okay? Sorry. Relax. All right. Media ramblings with 60-second spots, TV blaring, the floodgates open wide. Bad news, sad news, giving me the blues. Oh, why do I even listen? Take a walk, take a ride, maybe I'll fly. I'll take my cue from the eye in the sky. Birds don't worry about the economy, so why do I? Oh, why? Oh, why do I even listen? Jazz. Look at the lilies of the field, so well dressed without any spin. The good news is every day I'm here, I feel like an alien in this skin. Oh, why do I even listen? 10,000 hours a year in my life. 10,000 hours to get this right. I need no celebrity to point my way, so why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why do I even listen? Why? Why? Why?
Sam Bowen. Sam and I go way back to the days of Chrysler Cordobas and Ricardo Montalbans and things of that nature. Yeah.
I love that car.
It was a great car. It really was.
I love that car.
It really was. The only problem was the vinyl top needed to shave.
Yeah.
But it was a great car.
It's like driving a ocean liner down the road.
Got about the same fuel mileage.
Hey, that thing got 5 gallons to the mile.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But dependable.
Dependable. Oh my goodness, this car! You could live in this car. It was beautiful. It had everything. It weighed 10 tons.
In those days, we were so broke we probably could have almost lived in our car. Yes. Yeah.
That had a huge engine in it too.
Did,
oh my
did.
goodness! To change the spark plugs, I have to crawl toward the front of the window. And
yeah. Took 2 men and a small boy. Yes.
Yeah, I found home. No, I shouldn't say that. I found people living in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. Did you charge them rent? I hope so. Hey, folks. So Sam's got his CD out back there, and Sam Bowen, "Closer to the Sky," and he's got some more songs off that. And you're gonna do a jazzy version of "If I Wish I Had a Rocket Launcher." If I had a rocket launcher.
One of my favorite songs by Bruce Cockburn. I could come up with one.
You could. Okay, try that. Yeah.
I'll
it's
do
a
that.
nice Christian song that it's empathy and so on and so forth.
Well, yeah. From that guy's perspective,
it is. It is. Yes, it is. Yes. If I had a rocket launcher, look for it next year.
Wait for the movie.
Maybe two. Yeah, wait for the movie. Hey, we're going to be back in a few minutes. Let you know next week we've got Ray Tierney coming up. We love Ray Tierney. We're just looking forward to seeing him again. We're just really grateful he's going to be here. He's got the whole night. It's a night of worship. He may bring some friends. Not really sure. You never know. But you do want to be here. If you've not seen Ray Tierney, you are missing. You're missing a lot. Some of the songs that Ray Tierney does, McGrail covers. Great, great, great artist and a great friend. Speaking of great friends, please support Sam Bowen back there. And please buy the album. Christmas, like the song, Christmas is coming. You never know. Don't let it sneak up on you. Get your CDs for yourself and your friends today. We're going to pass the basket right now. Ask you to be super generous to help bring such great acts as Sam Bowen to Cafe at the Mill. We'll be back in a few minutes with more Sam Bowen.
valleys down below, of the storms still rage and the winds still blow. This truth I've come to know. There's a peace within the struggle. There's a calm at the center of the storm. There's a joy that reigns within my heart, for I have been reborn. There were chains that once clung to me, wounds of fear that held me down, for the lies that echoed in my head, such a hopeless sound. Now I know the resurrection, and I know the risen King. I've been called to live in my Father's house. He's chosen me to sing. I will sing. I will sing. I will sing as the man freed from the grave, and by his blood and by his power, saved and chosen for this hour, unafraid and redeemed. I will sing. All the voices said I failed, that I'd never make the grade. So I hid behind an angry man, the man that they had made. But I heard the King's calling, over mouth he said to me, and he loosed me from the bonds of fear. I'm strong and I am free. So I will sing. I will sing. I will sing as the man freed from the grave, and by his blood and by his power, saved and chosen for this hour. I'm unafraid, I am redeemed. I will sing. Perfect love, perfect love, perfect love, casts out fear. Your perfect love, Lord, your perfect love, your perfect love, casts out fear. And by your blood and by your power, saved and chosen for this hour, unafraid and redeemed. I will sing. I'm unafraid and redeemed, so I will sing. Unafraid, I will sing.
I will sing fear and anger. That voice that kept telling me I wasn't good enough had me living in fear. Fear of being discovered. Fear of people seeing what I thought I saw in myself. Many times this broken piece made me respond in anger. I was always protecting that wound, that painful broken piece of me that I didn't want anyone to see. My anger stood guard over my heart, defending my worth, and not letting anyone close enough to see what I really was. That broken little boy became a broken, angry man. But God is healing for our wounds, and not just the physical ones. He brings revelation through Holy Spirit. He can deliver us from the wounded place and bring us to a place of rest and wholeness. Matthew 10, "Are not two sparrows sold for a penny? And not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father. But even the hairs on your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore. You are of more value than many sparrows."
I was broken down on the side of the road, couldn't find my way, couldn't bear my load. You found me there and promise won't leave my heart alone. Broken promises and deep regret, the ones I lost that I can't forget, hold me bound, but I'm ready to run free. Ready to run free. There's a heartache that wakes me in the night. There's a darkness that keeps me from the light. Hidden deep within my soul, part of my story that I never told. Hold me, Lord, 'cause I'm ready to run free. Ready to run free. Ready to run free. And I will pour this cup of sadness out before you. All my secret tears, memories. Lord, I am trusting you with all my pain and sorrow. I pour it out 'cause I'm ready, Lord. I give it all 'cause I'm ready, Lord. I pour it out 'cause I'm ready to run free. Ready to run free. Ready to run. I'm ready to run free. Oh God, I will pour it out and you fill me up. I trade the sorrow for a love-filled cup. I'm ready, Lord, yes, I'm ready to run free. Ready to run free. Ready to run, Lord. Oh, you set this captive free. I'm ready to run free. Oh, and I'll pour this cup of sadness out before you. All my secret tears, memories. Trusting you with all my pain and sorrow. Pour it out 'cause I'm ready, Lord. Lift me up 'cause I'm ready, Lord. I pour it out 'cause I'm ready to run free. Ready to run free. Ready to run free. Ready to run free. I can't find him anymore. Little boy behind the door, wounded at the age of 3. I'm going away, he said to me. There I hid to ease the pain. I hid my face to change my name. I can't find him anymore. That little boy behind the door. Little boy, the broken man. I
So we got Blue Cat Groove coming
Yes, in May.
in May. Yes, keep your eyes open for that. Who's on your roster for Blue Cat Groove? You got Glenn Hillard, you got you, you've got the Doc.
We got the Doc, Jeff Osterman.
Yeah, yep.
We got Glenn Hillard. We got Vincent DePaul.
Oh, Vinny Cleveland. Yeah, I can't forget Vinny Cleveland.
Vinny Cleveland.
Awesome man, I love Vinny. It's gonna be a great night.
And
sure.
absolutely, we are playing at the Auburn Mall on April 5th.
Ooh,
We're doing a show at the Auburn Mall.
cool beans. Cool
There's
beans.
some big store or something opening up, and I got fans there, and they hired us to play.
Auburn Mall,
I'll
April
let you know
5th.
the timing later, because I'm not sure what the timing is yet.
All right, we'll keep a watch on the website or on the Facebook.
Yeah, it hasn't been announced yet by them. They're going to announce it in a month because it coordinates with some new store or something they're putting in.
Huh.
Something like that. I don't know.
All right.
I just know we're
Well, I'll
playing.
keep you posted on that. That's for sure.
Yes,
That's for sure.
absolutely.
Hey, speaking of Glenn Hiller, we got him coming back as well. We have some pretty cool things happening. We're looking forward to it. We've got Undefeated coming back on May 17th. Undefeated out upstate New York. Love those guys.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome.
Meredith.
Ray Tierney next week. Ray Tierney. So if you don't have a church and you're living in this area, the Mill Church is here every Sunday at 10 a.m. We've got Celebrate Recovery on Tuesdays at 6:30, Dean? 6:30 Tuesdays. Celebrate Recovery is here as well. We're grateful for the Mill Church for allowing us to be part of their ministry. Cafe at the Mill has been here since January of 19. Time has flown. Even through COVID, time has flown. We will be here. We'll be here July 27th, Saturday, for Hope for Worcester. Hope for Worcester one more time. We're going to be here. We're going to be live streaming to the Living Word Church, and drawing a blank of the name of the church, but it's at the foot of Crystal Park, and we're going to be live streaming to there as well. It's a great chance to see a whole mess of different performers. And Sam loves my ponytail. And when I go, I'm going to will my ponytail to Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He still got all his hair. How was it even possible? What was God
Got
thinking?
most of it.
What
I
was
wouldn't
God
say all of it. I
thinking?
think we're exaggerating.
What
I
was
got
God
most of my
thinking?
hair.
Okay, most
of my
Oh
hair.
boy, people who have a lot of hair. Oh, I don't have
That's
it
a
all.
line from Randy Stonehill when he's turning 30 and he's got most all of his hair. But he's not too old to rock and roll. He's not really scared of turning whatever age we're going to turn next. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the incomparable Sam Bowen.
Yeah. So, this is a song called The Underground. Then I got a couple more stories to tell you. This is off Bleeding Daylight. And by the way, this new album is also my other stuff. This new album will be out in 2 weeks in digital form for you technical people like iTunes and all that. And there will be a video we're putting together for the title song, or the song off the album, Love and Mercy. A lot happening, and I'm playing Blue Cat Grooves all over the place. If you guys do Facebook at all, you can get a hold of me there. I don't do Twitter and all that other stuff, you know. I have a hard enough time just turning the computer on. So, you know, my computer's so old it has a Dorito chip in it. So, you know. I love the groan. Oh, sound like my kids. This is called The Underground because everybody in this room is part of the underground. Won't get you a star on Hollywood Boulevard. If you're doing it right, you won't mind if you're last in line. if you're doing it right. If you can't keep your eyes off the satellites, don't let your left hand talk to the right. If you want to get rich in the things that don't count, come to the underground. You have no use for the latest trends. If you're doing it right, and you drink wine on Sunday mornings, if you're doing it right. Jesus plus 12 hated the call. 2 or more is all you need after all. Sinners, everyone heaven bound. In the underground. Love is drawn from a deeper well. All began with one rebel yell. Every moment on a wing and a prayer. In the underground. In the underground. In the underground. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to do a request. I hope I can get all the way through it. I got 2 requests to do, actually. I won't guarantee that I get this right, requesters, but I'm going to give it a shot. This first song I wrote about my daughter. I have a daughter. Her name is Katie. I wonder who requested this. And I remember she was like 6 years old, and I was watching her run around in the backyard. My daughter Katie was this little girl, but she had this huge amount of hair coming off her head like Rapunzel. It just flowed back and down to her back of her knees. It was just this huge amount of hair. She was like, it was like this giant tuft of hair with a little girl attached to it. And I, watching her, and the only thing I thought of was that verse that says, if you want to enter into the kingdom of heaven, you guys know the rest, right? You must be as one of these. So I wrote a song. It's out there in the web, I think, if you look it up. It's called Katie. backyard, inspired by everything she sees. The breeze in her hair, the leaves on the trees. She's the truth we once knew but left behind. Katie, Katie, you're the Father's desire. Katie, Katie, the angels are watching you tonight. She sees me coming and abandons all to jump in my arms. She trusts she won't fall. Perfect love that knows no boundaries, with a father's unseen hand always standing by. Katie, Katie, you're the Father's desire. Katie, Katie, the angels are watching you tonight. They sat as they waited for the teacher to speak, hoping for the answers only he could give. When the children came to greet him, they would not let them see him. So he said what none expected him to say: don't keep these little ones from me. The answers you're looking for are in each one of these. The kingdom of God you seek has been plain at your feet. Don't keep these little ones from me. Don't keep these little ones from me. Katie, Katie, you're the Father's desire. Katie, Katie, the angels are watching you. The angels are watching you. The angels are watching you tonight. Oh, Katie, oh, Katie, oh, Katie, oh, Katie. She's 32 now. Still has long hair. She's just a little bit of a bigger girl attached to it, that's all. Wow, don't get me going on how old I am. I mean, I turned 65 in August. I know I'm not as old in wisdom as my friend Dean or others around here. But I'll tell you I want you to know a few things I've learned since I've turned 65. Now, you guys, you're like family. I've been coming here for years, you know? The only time that I don't have to pee is when I'm peeing. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Hey, can we get real? Genuine? The other thing I've learned is that things will fall off. I don't mean due to age. As you get older, you realize what's important, what's not. As you get older, grace permeates. Whether you be 15, 20, 30, or 50, or 40 tonight, in 10, 15, 20 years over time, you may not hold the same opinions, whether it be philosophically, politically, that you hold now. That's not a bad thing, per se. As you expand your horizons and you experience more things, some things may drop off. That's not a bad thing. Some doctrines and some teachings may drop off. May not be a bad thing. But what will always remain, at least in my life, is the grace and the depth and the breadth of trying to grasp that joy and that grace that I am loved beyond reason, that I can't possibly comprehend what he said. This is another request. It's a song I wrote. This was a good song and recorded really well. It's out there in the net. It's called Morris O'Reilly. I saw this inscription on a gravestone. The chorus of this song was an inscription, and I kind of tweaked it and threw some things in it. This is the one I can't guarantee I'll get all the lyrics, but I'll give it a shot. But if you go out on YouTube, it's out there. It's called Morris O'Reilly. Has great Irish feel to it and big Irish rock drums. I really like it. It's on a fun album about 4 albums ago that is sold out, but you can still buy it out on the web, I believe, if you go to Amazon, Samuel Bowen Morris. But I'll give it a shot for the brother over there who loves this song. Again, brother, don't berate me when I don't get it all right. So, and I promise next time I come here, I do it with Blue Cat Groove. We do it. So we will get it together, and I will do it. This will be a miracle, I'm telling you right now. Now, if I had Stu's hair, you know, the problem is I have no hair, so the memory goes out, you know how it is. That's why women remember things better than men. Morris O'Reilly was my name, and Ireland was my nation. Balnakill was my dwelling place, and heaven is my expectation. But now I am dead and in my grave, and all my bones are rotted. When this you see, remember me. Why should I be forgotten? I came to Ireland, to Boston town. I lived in the 1800s. Go figure, oh, okay. Jazz, it's jazz. I came from Ireland to Boston town. I lived in the 1800s. Go read about it for yourself. 'cause I'm too tired to talk about it. And though I am dead, I'm not in this grave, and only my bones are rotting. When this you see, remember me. Remember me. Thank you. Why should I be forgotten? Though I am dead, I'm not in this grave, and only my bones are rotting. When this you see, pray for me. Why should I be? I'll never be. My soul is never be forgotten. It's on the way. It's good. It's got big Irish instruments in it, whatever they are. Speaking of instruments, a couple weeks ago, I still have my record player set up at home, So I look on eBay for albums, all the classic albums that I love. And I saw this album. It was entitled 51 Accordions. And it had a picture of 51 guys. It was an old 50s album, all with accordions. Yeah. I mean, all I could think of was the discussion between the engineer and the producer. The engineer going, "Hey, I've got the 50 accordions." And the producer goes, "Something's missing. We need one more accordion." Yeah. Or cowbell, one or the other. I only got 2 more songs for you. That's it. You're not going on tour with me. I was in Ireland just a year ago. It was great. Working with my buddy Phil Madera and Sammy Horner. You want to hear, as far as I'm concerned, the best Celtic Christian rock band. They were doing it before anybody else was, and they toured the world. And they just reunited, and they did it. Their first album in 30 years. And they just finished touring all over the place. And just look them up on the web, The Electrics. They'll blow your mind. They're just so unbelievably fun and great musicians. And the new album is called Big Pub in the Sky. And the thing I love about my buddy Sammy is he's the real deal. There's no Christianese in him. There's no, he's the real deal. He understands grace. He's a good man, good friend. Phil Madera understands grace, good man, wild man, wild man. You may not know his name, but he's produced some of the biggest people in music, period, never mind Christian music. Both men have got scars. We all got scars, right? But that's how we grow. Anyway, this is off Bleeding Daylight. This is my answer to, how can I put this? I know we're living in the end times. But through the years, because remember, I'm old. If you could cut me in half, you could count my reins. Because if you cut, let me explain this to Katie. If you cut a tree in half, you can count the rings and find out how old it is. It's all right, So, through the years, I've seen people exploit the idea of the end times, selling books and getting kids scared and nervous, and coming up with dates. Jesus is coming back on this date. He said, "No man knoweth the hour or the day, but we know the month." Yeah. Jesus is coming back. He is. But while we're still here, we got to get up every morning, keep breathing, keep moving through. Anyway, this is kind of my interpretation of this song. And it was actually written by Bruce Cockburn, one of my favorite artists. He did Rocket Launcher. You know that song, Stu? And he's one of my favorite composers. And I just saw him in concert 8 months ago. He's like, I don't know how old, he's 80 or something. He's wobbling around. He picks up that guitar. It's unbelievable. And his latest album, first one in years, he released last year. Some of the most beautiful songs on it. And he's in that place in life where he's looking back and realizing the grace in his life and realizing how the Spirit moves. He's got a song called When the Spirit Walks in the Room. Anyway, if you've never heard of Bruce Cockburn, get on YouTube, especially the new stuff or the old stuff. This is called Celestial Horses. That wasn't the song. Yeah, thank you. Jazz. That's my thing. I'm trying to make a mistake now. Jazz. Jazz hands. Remember, God invented jazz and rock and roll. In the 70s, I lived down south and I worked for the Jimmy Swaggart organization at a Christian rock station, but he didn't know we were playing rock because he hated it. 5,000 watt station. Back when we played records, Katie, a record is a round disc that you poke a hole into it. Never mind. Yeah, and they made up their own rules about the way things ought to be, you know, rock and roll and everything. Length of your hair. I worked at the station, and we had the second chapter of Acts at the station doing a concert. Or actually at a theater, and it was packed house, and we sponsored the concert. And they roped off down front some chairs for the DJs of the station. So I walk in, and I'm heading down front to, watch the second chapter of Acts, because I'm the third shift disc jockey at WAME in Charlotte. And as I'm heading toward the seats, now I had long hair at the time, past my shoulders. I know, believe it or not. And the security guy stopped me. He said, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to go grab a seat. No, that's for the radio station guys. I said, yes, I work at the radio station. You don't work, and he said in a southern accent, you don't work at the radio station. Well, I do. I'm the third shift DJ. No, you're not. Now, what's going on here? And it dawned on me, this is 1978, folks. I'm in the deep south. I have long hair. And I was probably wearing jeans. And Christians don't have long hair and wear jeans. Well, not the good Christians. I said, I'm going down and sitting in that seat. And he said, no, you're not. You don't work at the station. You're lying. And I saw my program director, who also had long hair, not as long as mine, because we all came from the north. And I motioned him over. And he said, what are you doing? This guy won't let me. He works. You should have seen the look on this guy's face. Couldn't believe it. Thank God, times have changed, I hope. Come those silver celestial horses. Rays of the moon in the mountain air. I'm steeped in the steam of the last wild hot spring. Maybe I'm melting, but I don't care. canyon, but the light comes pounding through for me. And for you. Tomorrow may be a hissing blowtorch. Maybe a silken sky shattered by the wind. This world's in the wake of those whispering horses. And there's always a pillar of clouds on the valley's rim. There's darkness in the canyon, but the light comes pounding through for me. And for you. River of life flowing around lit candles. Burning for the free ones on the other shore. They see the hearts of our breathing shadows. They know we're gathering at the door. There's darkness in the canyon, but the light comes pounding through for me and for you. For me and for you. One more for you. Yeah. I must detune. Give me a second here. I must do it one more time. That's called drop D tuning, folks. You take your D's and you bring them, you take your E's and you bring them down to D. For those of you who are non-musical, and E is a letter in the alphabet. This is a song that was on an album called Speak to Me. And I think it's an appropriate song to close with. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. I want to thank you guys for being here. Take care, Nikki. And it's always great when souls get together. We need to do more of that in the world of social media and the world of, and that's all great stuff, helps us connect. I mean, I've connected with old friends, new friends, gotten gigs, helps with my music. But you still need, don't forsake the gathering of yourselves together. You still need to get together. So thank you for coming out tonight. If you're on Facebook, I'm out there. Put my name in Samuel Bowen and YouTube. All sorts of videos come up. Unless you've heard enough, of course. So just remember, that's all, just remember, no. It's hard. Some days are hard. And if they're not for you yet, they're going to be. Jesus said trouble will come. But what's the rest of the verse? Anyone? 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 I have overcome the world. And he promised to be with us to the end. And when you get stuck in those moments you can't get out of, just realize, don't judge your whole life on that moment. Don't judge your whole next 40, 50 years, 20 years, 10 years, 100 years, if you're 1 year old, I suppose. And don't base your whole life on that one moment you're stuck in, because it too will pass. This will pass. Just remember, you are truly loved. It's hard to comprehend. You were bought and paid for with a very high price. He didn't do it because he had to. He did it because he wanted to. Oh, you guys still here? Okay. This is called Resurrect Me. This is out there too on the web somewhere. It's not hard to follow your feet. If you're not careful, who knows where they will take you. That's the burden that comes with being free to stay off the path where your broken heart would rather be. Life is full of demons and angels. The trick is to tell them apart. Not everything that shines is a treasure. Not every treasure's worthy to be sought. Not every treasure's worthy to be sought. Come resurrect me. Sometimes the dead can be raised. Freedom comes with a high price. Life is never the roll of the dice. Wanting to is never enough. Motivation won't break this curse. Something under the surface must occur between the glory and the flame. Life is full of demons and angels. The trick is to tell them apart. Not everything that shines is a treasure. Not every treasure's worthy to be sought. Not every treasure's worthy to be sought. Come resurrect me. Sometimes the dead can be raised. Freedom comes with a high price. Life is never the roll of the dice. Come resurrect me. Sometimes the dead can be raised. Freedom comes with a high price. Life is never, 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 life is never the roll of the dice. Come resurrect me. 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 Thank you. Good night.
Sam Bowen. Y'all want him back? Hey, he is going to be back here in May with Blue Cat Groove. Check it out. You got one more song?
If you want.
I'm thinking one.
One more.
You have one more.
Sure.
All right, let me see if I... Was it? Wait a minute. Sam, really tell me the truth here, okay? I just need to know this, all right?
I would always tell you the truth.
Okay, I appreciate it. Maybe you can share that with him. Who, Sam, put the bullet hole in Peggy's kitchen wall?
That is a mystery. That is a mystery. And if you folks want to know who put the bullet in Peggy's kitchen wall, first you must go to YouTube and look up the song, Peggy's Kitchen Wall. And secondly, nobody knows that's the whole mystery of the song. Now you all want to run out. I got to get on YouTube. Who's Peggy anyway? Where's her kitchen wall? And what about this bullet I keep hearing about? If you find out the answer, you let us know. Thank you, guys. Jeff, thank you for the sound. All you guys up there. This has become my signature song, I guess. Again, I've got the album over there. You can get it downloaded on iTunes in another week or two. Well, next week, week after. Apple takes a while for some reason. Jazz. Whoop. Okay, I got a tune. I'm sorry. This is real life. I have to tune. Oh, yeah, I'm still in drop D. Why didn't anybody tell me? Jeez. Like, why isn't this sounding good? It's like, I know I'm making jazz mistakes, but it's like I hit the right note. Most of you didn't notice because it's jazz. This is better. This is better. Better. A little better. Sometimes I slip and slide. The way I stumble, you'd think I was blind. And just when I was ready to give up, you unexpectedly showed up and wiped the tears from my eyes. Your grace, your grace, your grace, your grace. If I wore my heart on my sleeve, to worn and broken pieces is all you'd see. And just when I thought all hope was lost, I had encountered on the cross a compass in my search for direction. Your grace, your grace, your grace, your grace. Through the wind and the storm, through the mud and the clay, since the day I was born, you've always been the same. Your grace covers me, your grace. Every day, your grace. Yes, I need your grace. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace is sufficient. Your grace. Jazz.
Sam Bowen. Jazz. What should I say? Jazz. Jazz, baby, jazz.
Remember that.
Jazz, daddy-o.
Spill your coffee on your lap
It's jazz.
because you'll make something out of it.
I will. Probably a lawsuit with McDonald's. No.
Jazz.
Jazz. We'd be like, yes!
When your wife asks you to do something and it slips your mind and she goes, did you do that? You don't have to say that. You just look at her and go, honey, it's jazz.
It's jazz. It's just jazz.
She'll forgive you.
Someday. Grace is sufficient. Amen. Amen. So, father and a son relationship is often complicated, and sons are often rebellious. But it wasn't that way with Jesus and his father. Jesus came to earth to do his father's will, even though that it wasn't necessarily in his best interest to die on the cross. But he gave his life for us for this abundant grace, the ability to come before the Father and call him Abba, Father, Daddy. In my life, I had a complicated relationship with my father. It spills over into my spiritual life. It's not a mystery. But I know that my Father loves me. I know my Heavenly Father loves me. And I know that he sent his only begotten Son to die for not just us collectively, but for me, for you, personally. If you have not delved into and investigated this relationship, this great relationship, this opportunity that you have, paid by a terrible price, as Sam said, a great price, then I implore you to investigate this. Don't let another day go by that you don't at least look and see, taste and see that the Lord is good. Thank you all for coming out tonight. We really appreciate you all being here. Thank you, Jeff and AJ, so much. Gus, Lily, and of course Lucille for making the fine food. And once again, let's have a hand for Sam Bowen. Thank you all. Have a great night. We'll see you next week with Ray Tierney.